Well, hello, I'm Sarah Janes from Soap School. I'm so glad you joined me today. We are going to be making apple pie soap. So apple pie soap is maybe a little bit different, but it's not really apple pie. What we're going to be focusing on is using apples. In this case, we're going to be using apple juice, but you could use puree. And we're going to be adding cinnamon and beautiful natural vanilla to it, which is all the main components of an apple pie. In our recipe, we have our solid fat, so you can use something like Crisp and Dry, Trex, which you can buy in your local stores as well, or if you're in North America, something like Crisco. We're going to be using 150 grams of coconut oil, 100 grams of olive oil, 50 grams of apple juice. That's going to be part of our lye solution, so that's going to be mixed with 100 grams of water and 72 grams of sodium hydroxide. To that, we're using 5 grams of cinnamon powder and about 5 grams of vanilla puree or natural vanilla extract. If you don't have the vanilla extract, you could use a fragrance oil instead. You can see we have our oils already weighed out. They're all melted and they're at the right temperature. But the first thing I need to do is think about safety. So I need to put my gloves on before I start. And it's the same for you always. Safety has to be number one whenever you're making soap. Okay, so I've got my thermometer, my stick blender, my mold, a spatula, my lye solution and my warm oils. And then I have my apple juice. This is my apple juice. And then I have my cinnamon. I'm just using, a regular one from the store. Whatever you have available is fine. And then I also have this vanilla paste. So the first thing I need to do is to add my apple juice into my lye solution. And then all of that is going to get poured into the oils. Can you see that change of colour, how bright in colour it's gone? That's because of the sugars in our apple juice. So give it a good old mix up. And then we're just going to give it a quick blitz. Now this soap, because I'm using natural vanilla, this soap is actually going to go brown over time. Any time that you use pure vanilla, you're going to end up with a brown soap. If you don't want a brown soap, don't use vanilla. And that is perfect. So I'm just going to detach my stick blender. Oh yes, that is looking absolutely beautiful. And then here I have cinnamon powder that's going to go into. And I also want to add at this point my vanilla. It's a natural vanilla paste. I'm going to use 5 grams. I'm using a teaspoon in actual fact. And I don't want to waste this because vanilla is expensive. And if you didn't have pure vanilla, you don't have to put that in. You can use a vanilla extract instead. And then we'll just give that a quick stir up. Now, anytime that you use powders, there's a risk that they can go clumpy. So we can do two things. We can either kind of embrace the fact that it's a little bit uneven in mix, but I want to mix this thoroughly. So I'm actually going to put the stick blender back on and just give it a quick blitz just to make sure everything's fully mixed together. So a quick pulse. There we go. And that smells heavenly already. There we go. And we're just going to pour all of that into the mold. And then, could I have another spoon, please? I'm going to scrape out every little bit. Don't want to waste any of this one. Oh, yes. And then I'm just going to texturize the top a little bit, even it out first. Okay, and then just do whatever kind of patterning you fancy doing in yours. I'm just going to go down with the spoon, and then I'll just go a little bit down the middle as well, just to give it a bit of texture. And there I have my apple pie soap. So this was with the apple juice, and then we've got that beautiful cinnamon in there and that natural vanilla. So I will pop this under the insulating blankets and we'll leave it for 24 hours, and then I will come back and show you how gorgeous this looks when it's finished. I'm just going to pop the recipe up for you one more time, just in case you didn't get it all written down. So this was our apple pie soap, and it's ready to be taken out of the mold. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Remember I said it was going to go brown because of the natural vanilla. So we're going to make this into 5 bars. Oh, that's lovely. So you can see what a lovely texture that is inside. Now this isn't going to stay that light colour. You see the slightly darker colour just on the very edge? That's the colour that it's going to become. So that is our apple pie soap. And I look forward to seeing you really, really soon. Bye bye for now.